welcome to Game 5, Adepticon. So, like I said before, I'm sitting in a pretty decent position. I'm not doing super, but I'm not losing any ground either. And a lot of other people are having trouble with some of the scenarios too. So, when we get our final matchup, come to find out I'm on one of the top tables. And again, I'm not exactly sure how much they put that in there, but usually it's a pretty good indication of where you're at, especially on the last game. And I end up playing against a really good opponent. His name is Sabas, and he's a little bit south of Chicago. And here's their scenario: maximum attrition. But it's a maximum attrition with a little bit of a twist. If you look at the deployment zone, you can deploy up to 26 inches in and 12 inches wide, and then a 6-inch deployment on the end. Major victory, double your opponent's. Minor victory, equal, and draws, or minor is more points than your opponent, and then a draw is equal. Get 1 point for destroyed. Bonus if you're 1 point if you're force above 50%, and enemy officer unit destroyed. An enemy officer unit destroyed, which is interesting twist, because enemy officer unit is not saying enemy officer destroyed. So with the new FAQ, you can actually survive as an, I don't know how that word's in there, but kind of turns into a moot point anyway. But it actually does, I don't know. So that's the scenario. Sabas won the role to go first, or pick his table side, and he does. He picks the table side, and you'll see the table is my bane of my existence. It's the one I got the draw on before. I had a really difficult time on, so I'm back on this Stalingrad board, and I'm not really enjoying that at all. At least I'm thinking, well, he has to put his whole army down. Well, you don't. You just have to, anything you do put in, he has to put on. Everything else is in reserves. So he plays it very, very cool. He puts 2 veteran squads in. Well, actually, let me go over his army list real quick. That will help you understand what I'm talking about. So he has a junior lieutenant veteran, scout squad veteran with submachine guns, scout squads 7-man veterans, all submachine guns, commissar inexperienced veteran squad 10-man, 2 Panzerfaust tough fighters, veteran squad 10-man veteran tough fighters, 10-man, another one 10-man veteran tough fighters, 2 Panzerfausts in each. He's got his free 12-man rifle squad, heavy mortar, sniper, flamethrower, BA-10, which is a armored car, 7 armor, light anti-tank gun, coax LMG, Ford LMG, and then an M17 MG MC anti-aircraft vehicle. So it's basically a half-track with a quad heavy machine gun on it. That's his tank choice. So a couple things with this scenario. All those units across the back are not in the board. The only thing on the board is he's got a heavy mortar behind this wrecked house. He's got a veteran squad on the 2nd floor and a veteran squad on the 3rd floor. That's all he put on the board. And I'm like, ugh, I'm going to have a hard time scoring any freaking points in this. I did not take advantage of the 26 inches on the right-hand side. That would have put me at mid-board. In hindsight, I probably should have just loaded that side up and gone in. He's got 2 units in reserve, his 2 scout squads, and he wrote down outflank. And I don't know where they're coming in, but I'm assuming they're going to come in on this side where we're at right now. Mainly just a hunch. So he's got those 2 veteran squads up in there, and he's baiting me into attacking them. That's why I think the submachine gun squads are going to come in on this side. I put my sniper back here behind this little pillar. I know it's in range of his infantry squads, but I want to kill that heavy mortar. He put his sniper in that stupid center building here, and he's got him behind that little wall, the same spot where the other guy had his sniper. It's a really nice position, and he's going to be able to pick off my mortar. I'm thinking what I should have done was probably put all my vehicles in the center and just shot his sniper to death. Ignored those veteran squads over on the side. What I do put my commando one team, and I bring the other team in. You can't see it on the bottom left for the scout squads to come in. So I'm hoping to kill his sniper with mass shooting and pick off his mortar with my sniper and then run away. And since he's only got those few units on the board, 3 units, my plan is I put an artillery strike on the top of that little building. If I can bring that artillery strike in and get lucky and get a 6 on one of the rolls, maybe collapse that thing, or whatever squad I happen to hit, I will then, my tank and my buffalo can medium machine gun it and maybe try to pick off a squad. Not the best plan in hindsight, but that's what I was thinking at the time. I do know this table, and unfortunately, well, see, I didn't fix these walls. I should have put those back where my buffalo and tank are. Those would actually be hard cover. It was that way when we walked up, and I didn't address it before we rolled for table sides. And then the only other thing, I try to bring my ram in the center to go after the sniper, and I fail an activation check with it. So what I do bring the truck in, and there's a regular squad, and they're going to work their way up towards that sniper. Now this whole battle basically is going to be this gigantic stalemate of trying to snipe off other guys' stuff. It's not the most dynamic battle report in the world, but it does exemplify when you play against a savvy, technical opponent that knows the victory conditions, and he will play to the strengths of his army and try to win that way. There's no just for the hell of it stuff going on here. So I come in here with this rifle squad, needing 7s on that sniper. I probably should have denied him that piece of terrain with my sniper, because I believe I won the roll first, or maybe not, but I do think I can pick that sniper off eventually with machine guns and just needing 7s and maybe put 2 infantry squads over there. There's that. Go ahead and speed this video up a little bit. Yeah, needing 7s, are not the way to go here. I do right off the bat. I get a hit, but I don't kill anybody. Through the course of this game, I probably put 50 shots up there on that thing. So his sniper goes ahead and shoots, hits, kills my mortar team. That's unfortunate. I had shot his mortar team and hit and not killed. So there's 1 dice to Sabas, and I put it up there in the middle. And then we do a whole lot of, well, he's got his veteran squads here to shoot at me. He needs 7s as well, but might as well throw 10 dice and see what you can get. Fortunately, nothing. I've got my commandos here, and I'm moving them into a position that in the hard cover that I can prep to if he would happen to come in on an outflank in turn 4 or 5, that I'll be able to charge him and kill him. Will protect my sniper a bit, but once I kill this mortar, I need to get the sniper out of there. And then see what happened with my buffalo. My artillery strike, I rolled a 1. Moved it 24 inches towards me, and it was able to just clip the buffalo. Fortunately, it didn't roll a 6, or that would have been pretty much game over. But so here comes his armored car. But yeah, I took some pins. So here comes his armored car. It comes advancing up there. It does 2 turns, and he's got a nice little shot on my buffalo. Movement 3, long range 4. I've got no cover because I never put those walls back, even though I don't know if they would have helped the buffalo or not. So this is very similar to the previous game. He's firing into my front arc, but he's got a light anti-tank gun. So he hits and penetrates and then gets a 2. So I think I'm immobilized. So that's where the buffalo shall sit till the end of time. At least it's not dead. And then, so I come up to counter with my tank, and obviously I go to shoot at him, and he just recce's back to where I can't see him. So I spray some machine guns up at the veteran infantry, and without my artillery strike hitting, this is a futile effort. I should have actually sprayed those at least one at the sniper. But here I'm start doing some checks to. I rally my buffalo, so at least it's rallied, although it can't move. I still have got a pretty formal amount of guns on there. That's not much. I do fail with the ram somewhere in here, and I bring some stuff out of the buffalo. That's my other commando unit. Basically, since they're not gonna go anywhere, so they're gonna just come over here and then work their way up along that wall to protect my flank against his scouts. And that's the end of the turn. So he's up 1 dice, and I'm gonna go from there. Alright, so we start rocking into turn 2. I put my medium anti-tank gun. I had it on. Oh, I moved it in. I think I put it into ambush here. One of the first things I do, because they do say that ambush. Oh, I fire my sniper. I need to make sure that mortar dies. And I hit and I kill, so that's gone. That's a good start to turn 2, so we're even up on the dice. They do say that ambush will interrupt recce. So I actually put my tank in ambush here. I just want to protect my buffalo from dying. Probably not the best call. I should have done with my anti-tank gun first. My anti-tank gun does have a pin on it and a dead guy. It does here anyway. I think he did that with the sniper. I think he puts one of these squads in ambush, or he's shooting at my sniper. No damage there. Bring in my ram, and I'm bringing that in to protect my buffalo from that stupid gun. Now here's the other thing: is I was playing this board, and I'm totally thinking. I know he's got a air quote tank off the board. Sabas ends up bringing in his half track over here on the other side of this house. After I start pressing his snipers, I'm getting ahead of myself because I come up here and he knows that I'm getting danger close to his sniper. That's rough ground, that center thing is, so I can't really run through it. But he brings this half track in with all its heavy machine guns. For the next 2 turns, I'm totally thinking that he's got a T-34-76 off the board. And so here, what I do with my ram, you see I put my tank on ambush, but what did I do? Oh, Sean, you're smart. I block off my shot. I actually calculated that, and I don't know what the hell I did that for. I guess I'm thinking he's not going to bring that tank, what I think is a tank, T-34, in on this left-hand side by staying in that ambush, and I blocked myself off from that. I claim a little bit of exhaustion here or something. I think that's his tank right there, and then we looking at the thing there. And so yeah, it's a lot of heavy machine guns. Movement, hard cover is all I got, so 6s will do the deed. He gets a couple, but fortunately, needing 4-ups, he only kills 1 guy, so I'm alright there. If my ram would have come in the right place, that passed order check, then I would have had the ram to kind of drive over there and block off his line of fire. He's got a squad that he had brought in the back there, might be like a lieutenant or something. I passed on my commandos, they took a pin from that artillery, I think, or maybe they took a hit from something, but they move up there. And like I said, with the commandos, I'm just safeguarding my flank. Now what I should have really done, hindsight, overloaded that right-hand side. I could have worked my way. I mean, those tank traps are there. There's not really very many places to put, but I could have, with that weird deployment, could have put them on the right-hand side and up along that support edge. I was worried he'd come in and pick me off with target's opportunity from reserve, but, I still should have done that. And I could have pressed the fight. I mean, you can't leave his guys in reserve forever, so they would have had to come in. And likely they would have just piled in all around this side here, but I could have been pressing the fight and using the cover and terrain. That his recce would have been limited as well. So he brings in some stuff back there. I mean, he's just keeping everything, you know, off the board basically, or out of complete line of sight. See, what he's doing though is he's coming in with these guys, and he's pressuring me not to go after his sniper, which is a good play, because he's got a flamethrower creeping around back there too. I do a couple odds and ends of my vehicles, fire some. Basically waste some shots on this. Well, I might have been shooting at the sniper. I don't know. I might have been shooting at. If I'm shooting at the veteran infantry, I'm wasting my time. I got that infantry squad out there. I'm going to head them towards that sniper from that immobilized buffalo. But shouldn't have. I think I got in the way of my own thing. And that's pretty much all the video, and it runs out. So you're looking at. This is basically where we end the game. He's got, it's hard to tell what he's got on the board and what not. I think I knocked out 2 units. His scouts came in. He was able to kill my sniper because I didn't move him in a very good spot. I did charge him in and wipe out a scout team. He didn't bring the other scout team in. He left him in, well, he brought him in, but back on the far side by his veterans. I have a unit of infantry here shooting at the sniper. My other unit of infantry got nailed by that heavy machine gun truck on a great set of dice rolling. So I pulled him back and put him behind this wall here. He brought an infantry squad through that little rough terrain, needing 7s to hit me. This is like on the last turn. He scores a hit and he kills my guy. I had to take a 50-50 check. And I fail, so I lose a dice on that. And you know, apologize the video cuts off, but I need a bigger memory card. Didn't miss a whole lot. It came down to us chewing nails over trying to kill this freaking sniper. I threw a ton of dice at that guy, needing 7s to hit. I couldn't get any closer really because he really loaded up some guys on the backside there. A flamethrower, he had the M16 truck. On the left, I end up like this. After I finally realized he doesn't have a T-34-76, and I advance up there with the ram, and I advance there with the tank, and I do end up the last turn. I advance up, fire at the sniper. My medium anti-tank gun fires from ambush, and I roll a 6 and hit his truck. But it's all for naught because you can't recce out of ambush. So I would have hit that, and but it really came down to who would, if I could kill the sniper with needing 6s, so or needing 7s to hit, and I scored a lot of them, but I couldn't get the 5 or 6 to kill the guy. So we end up in a draw. There was a little confusion at the end. Sabas, he started drawing from his extra dice bag, and it got really wonky. So we kind of had to, we didn't rewind the last turn, but basically, like I told him, all I care about is activating my tank. So moved my tank up, fired my medium machine guns, didn't kill the sniper, and it ended in a draw. Actually, it would have been a win for Sabas, but he failed to bring in his inexperienced troops. They failed 3 checks to come on the board for 3 turns, and so they count as dead, and then we end up in a draw. I'm looking forward to playing him again. So at the end of the whole tourney, Sabas here, he won Best Allied, and that goes with just battle points. So he scored Best Allied. Ben Cohn, who I played on this same table, he won Best Overall, which is paint score, sportsmanship, and combat points. So great for him. I ended up finishing 3rd overall. Boy, I just needed a few more battle points to tip the scales, and I got those 3 draws, and so it's pretty. I have to say, I'm very happy. Here's our tournament organizer. Did a great job, put this whole thing together. Top-notch guy. He looked pretty tired by the end of it, just like all the players did. I had a super great time at Adepticon. Played some great players. I'm looking forward to going back next year. I might actually try to make it out to the NWS Online sponsored event in the roughly same area, 2-day event in November. I'm going to try to go to that and bring my heavy good commando list. I'd really like to have a second crack at some of these guys. They're pretty good. I didn't lose any games. I got 2 majors and 3 draws, but I felt like I lost when I got 3rd place overall. It's like, ouch. But this was what I took. What I'm planning to do is I'm going to take that Cromwell, but I'm going to take the Centaur, which is a CS version, medium howitzer, 9 armor. No ram. I'm going to keep 1 truck because I like the versatility of the truck. Get rid of that medium anti-tank gun, which did actually, in all fairness, try to win me that last game at the very last second, even though I cursed at it the entire time. If I could hit that sniper, but and I'm going to take a 7-man commando squad, a 6-man commando squad with like 5 rifle or 5 submachine guns. And they're all going to go in the Buffalo, a flamethrower and a veteran lieutenant, both veteran. So I'm going to be rock hard in the Buffalo. Roll up in there. I'm going to take my free artillery observer. I'm going to take an air observer, and that way when my commandos get out of the vehicle, I will drop an airstrike on anything close to them, and I'll put pins down on everybody, and then I'll up and atom assault stuff left and right, and hopefully just suppress everybody with my airplane. And then I'm going to take a light mortar. I'm going to get rid of the heavy mortar. I'm going to take a light mortar, and I think that's what I was thinking. I want something else to pick at snipers, so I'll have my sniper and a light mortar to try to pick on their sniper. And I'm going to take a actually, I dropped my sniper, and I'm going to take another commando team, just 6 men, and they're going to be sniper hunters, basically. Still getting the details worked out. Then I'm taking the armor car. I'm going to take the one with the light autocannon. It's fully enclosed, 7 armor, just something to harass and harry the enemy. So I am looking forward to putting that list together. I got a little bit of painting, but not a whole lot. I need to make a new display board. Going to make it 1943 Sicily. Should be cool. So thanks for watching.